Hi there. Welcome to the office today. How can I be of help to you? Yeah, you've come to get assistance with filling out your form. Okay, can I get the business name or the business reference number, please? Yeah, I think I see it here on file. Am I right in thinking that you filled out the application last year? Yeah. And I see you have a draft application already started. Yeah, okay. I'll help you fill out the remaining sections. Okay. Right, so let's get started. So, let's go to the start. Okay, so to complete this application, you will need your current land map of all fields, information for any land you rent seasonally, your most up-to-date contract schedule of works, and the numbers of animals on your holding on the 1st of March. Do you have all of that information available to you at the moment? Okay, you want to just get your maps out. Okay, one moment. I will give you a moment to do that. 1 second. Okay, have you managed to find your maps? Okay, perfect. I apologise in advance for how noisy my computer is. I'm afraid it's a rather noisy model, so I hope that's not too distracting while we fill out this paperwork. Okay. We will go on to the next step. Okay, so for the single application form 2023, which schemes are you planning to apply for? The basic payment scheme? Yep. And is your land registered as organic? No. Okay. Do you have any land parcels which contain only permanent grassland and or open woodland? So they don't contain any arable land or rough grazing? Yes, okay. Do you intend to apply inorganic fertiliser on any of these land parcels? You do. And do you intend to apply lime on any of these land parcels? Not this year, okay. Now remember, you must maintain a record of your intentions regarding application of inorganic fertiliser and or lime on permanent grassland in your nutrient management plan. Yeah, okay, you're aware of that, that's fine. And you wish to claim the young farmer payment, is that correct? And are you the head of the business? Yeah. And when did you become the head of the business? Yeah, that matches the date we have here. And your date of birth. Perfect. And you wish to claim the less favourable area support scheme, LFASS. Yep. And what about the Agri-Environment Climate Scheme or the Forestry Grant Scheme? Okay. Let me just have a look at last year's. Okay, so that's fine. And can you confirm, are you letting any of your land out to another business this year? No. Okay, perfect. So that's all fine. And then we have some information about the entitlements you already hold. Do you wish to apply for an allocation of entitlements from the National Reserve? I will double check with my colleague. I believe you're not making an application for entitlements, that you already have entitlements. The number of entitlements held: 163,684, 165. Okay, yeah. So your number of entitlements are still the same, but the unit value has changed for this next year. So you need to just query the entitlements. I'm just going to make a note of that. So we will query entitlements with my colleague. Yeah. Okay, and so the next one is your land declaration. I believe this is the one that requires you to do a fair bit of work. Let me find what you did last year. Okay, so we have quite a lot of information to fill out. So we'll just work our way through all of these land parcels, and so we are starting with, hang on, I've got cables in the way so I can't see very well. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna we're just gonna adjust the size of this over here so I can just see it better, a bit better. Right, that's better. Now I can see. So we've got 4664319 Right, so let's go into this one here. Please declare your activity, and last year, so which field is this? This is your South Park, and your activity you've got arable crops. You don't have any arable crops. Undertaking alternative practices. Undertaking a mix of production and alternative practices. No activity. Undertaking production activities. So I believe all of them is just PA for everything. Yes. I'm just looking at what it was last year. Yeah, that's fine. So that's PA. It's just, sorry, it's been a year since I did this, so I'm having to remind myself as well. This is Region 3, and this is rough grazing. A land use area. So this is, the gross field area is 1.19 hectares, and the BPS eligible area is 1.19 hectares. So the whole area is rough grazing, is that correct? Yeah. And that is the same for your LFASS, is 1.19, and your BPS 1.19, perfect. And we can go to the next one. Oh, the computer's being quiet for a moment. So the next land parcel is down as your little hay park. Hang on, I have got the maps here. So hang on, let me make sure that we're got the right. So we have got 467479323. So that is number 2. Yes, so your little hay park. So please declare your activities. That's PA, undertaking normal production activities. That's a Region 1 field, and this is down as being permanent grassland. That's one of the areas you're putting fertiliser on. Yeah. And we've got an area of 0.25. Yeah, and just the whole area is being cultivated. Perfect. And so that makes that nice and easy. Right, so the next one we have down here is your square hay park, is what you've named it. 93140, area 3, yep. And that is 0.85 hectares. So again, we've got the PA, and it's Region 1 permanent grassland, and again the whole area is being used, yeah, for hay production, is that right? Yeah. Okay, permanent grassland. And so the next one, so next area, is your triangle hay park. So we have got this, there is a exclusion area in this field of 0.01 of a hectare. Yeah, that's where the building, the kind of ruined building is located. So there's PA for this. And so we've got 0.42, and that's permanent grassland. Okay, so these ones have been fairly straightforward. It's some of the other fields, isn't it, that's a bit more complicated. So I believe that one has all been done. Right. And so the next one you've got is Hammersley. So that is your large field. It's region 3. You have got 0.21 hectares excluded because due to the rocky nature. You can't claim payments on rocky outcrops, but you can on the remainder, which is 2.92 hectares. That's the largest of your fields. And so this is general production, and it's all just rough grazing, is that correct? Yep, so still the same as last year. And I believe that is that now all updated, and that's 19324, 19324, yeah, perfect. So that is all of your fields. So now we move on to your let me just double check. Let's move on to the yeah, that's building and some rock area. We're now going to move on to the seasonal let land that you have. So let's get that laid out here. So we've got some seasonal let me get that page up. I think this is still your other one. Yep. So I want to go down a page on this one here. And so we are first looking at 93224. Okay, they're not in order here. So I will need to do, so that was 93212. 93212. Okay, so I need to come back to that one. Okay, so 93224 is yeah, that field there. So this field is got a dual purpose, is that correct? You only are able to do hay production on a certain area of it. So it's down to region 3, permanent grassland and rough grazing. So the rough grazing, last year you had a rough grazing at 0.43. Is that still the same? Yep. And you estimate about 0.4 for the permanent grassland. Yep. Obviously that's approximate, yeah. And all this area is down as being 1.85 on this. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong. Apologies, I was looking at the wrong numbers here. So sorry, the rough grazing is 0.62 on here. And then the permanent grassland is 1.23. So I'm looking at this picture. 3. I would say it's more like more 50-50 than what is currently being claimed. Due to the bad weather, you aren't able to cultivate the whole area. So let me get my calculator. Because at the moment, you have got it down as being 1.85. That's maybe actually not too far off. Divided by 2. Um, 1.85 divided by, let's call it 7 times 3. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna update this to like 0.8 based on, I think it's, your ratio is 0.8 rough grazing, and then that would be 1.05 permanent grassland. I think that's a slightly better ratio in terms of what's actually there. It is difficult to calculate. Yeah, I appreciate that. So that's that one. Alright, so the next field we have is the Crow Park, and that is 19333. This is the one that was roughly 50-50. So let me... Right, this can be PA. But you reckon it was significantly less of that? Yeah, nowhere near 50-50. Yeah, the ground is just... You reckon you're lucky if you manage to harvest a third of it? Okay. I'm just looking at the map. Maybe... Maybe only about a quarter of it. Well, maybe say a third. And then that means... Oh no, I'm putting this the wrong way around. Yeah, we don't want to put that the wrong way around. Right, so we've got the permanent grassland as being about a third, and the rough grazing has been about 2/3 of that area. And the next one is the other South Park. So that is 92956. And that is all rough grazing, region 3. The whole lot of it. And then we have the small field immediately below your house. That's 93349. And that is region 2, but all rough grazing. Is that correct? Yeah, it's far too wet to actually do anything with. Yeah. Next. And the next one is the Kiliad Park. So that is 93437. And again, this is a mixture of permanent grassland and rough grazing. Is that correct? And you reckon, yeah, there's a area, yeah, you reckon that's about 50-50. So last year, yeah, it was pretty much bang on 50-50. You had the rough grazing as 0.69 and the permanent grassland as 0.68. So that's your 1.37 hectares. Okay, and your next land parcel is 93212. So this is a little scrap of land, and PA, so it's currently just down as a rough grazing, but you're saying you do actually have a little bit of permanent grassland. I mean, it's a tiny little area, but you do manage to cut about half of it, so it's about 50-50. Okay, so we will do permanent grassland. So rough grazing is about 0.06, and the permanent grassland is about 0.05. It is a tiny little scrap of land, yeah. You get about one bale of hay out of it. That's cute. It makes all the difference. Right, so that's rough grazing and a small bit of permanent grassland. And then the final area is the, oh no, it's second to last, 93376. You've got it marked as your haylage park. So there is some excluded ground, 0.01. There is also some permanent grassland and some rough grazing. So the rough grazing you have currently, so last year, let me find it. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 3, 3, 7, 6. So yes, last year you had it, the rough grazing, as being 0.05. But I feel it would be slightly larger than that. Because we've got I'm going to suggest 0.1. So permanent grassland, so the rough grazing is 0.01. And then the permanent grassland would be, because you've got the ditch running down the side of the field, and then you've got that area up the top, which is currently, although most of that is down as being exempt already. But yeah, so that's if you're to do about a tenth. Oh, so maybe, yeah, maybe a tenth is about right. Yeah, no, maybe the numbers from last year are maybe correct. It's just difficult trying to gauge from the map. So permanent grassland, and that is that area done. And then now this is the last of these ones. So you've got Hammersgarth. That's a large area, but with a large ineligible due to their nature. But this is all rough grazing, is that correct? Oh good, I'm just making sure that it has actually been flagging up if I've not clicked something. Right, so this has got the whole area. Let's go down a page. This whole area, 4.71. And is rough grazing. Next. So that does finish with your maps. Thank you very much. I'll just move them over here. I'll just put them on the floor for now. So we are now into the your common grazing allowances, and region 3 rough grazing is 42.75 hectares. Next. Now remember, you will need to fill out the seasonal forms for these rough grazings, or the common grazings rather, sorry. Because you're eligible for one, and the 3 remaining ones you will need to fill out paperwork for. And then that is that done. So that is now all of your so we need to hit the validate button. So you've got some that validate with error. I'm thinking that will be due to the what I just mentioned about having to do your seasonal forms. We will save and continue. So greening, that's not something you need to worry about. There is no arable area and there's no ecological focus area on your application. And you've already got your livestock numbers in, is that correct? So we've currently got you've got your yows and gimmers, you've got your yow hogs, you have other sheep over 6 months old. Can I just double check? So we've got 7 plus... That's 52. And then you've got your 36, that was 12 plus 15 plus 20. Oh, hang on, 12 plus 5. Okay, must be 19. And then you've got other sheep. So you've got 2 plus 5 plus 5. Yeah, that's 12. Yeah. No sheep news. Okay, so one thing we need possible gathering dates for 2023. So roughly when you think you will be bringing your sheep in. So if we need to fit in an inspection. So you would typically am I right in thinking you would be looking, where are we at right now? So we are beginning of May. So you would be looking to maybe do Let me have a look, see what you did last year. What did you say last year? Right, so you had... You must have filled this out early last year. You had the start of June. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the 3rd of June. So started the 3rd of June. You then had mid-August. Is that when you'd be planning to wean? It's about the 12th of August, maybe. And you also have the beginning of October, but you would be looking for it's like the 9th of September. And then the beginning of October, do you think? Or how about mid-November? Because when would you be putting the ram out? So okay, well, you'd be having to check mid-October. Oh no, beginning of October. For six weeks before you put the ram out. Beginning of October. Let's say the 1st of October. And I think that's reasonable dates. Save and continue. And do you have land elsewhere in the country? No, only in Scotland. Are you submitting as a non-trading person or organisation? No. Save and continue. Supporting documents. So this is where you will need to upload the common grazing for those 3 areas and your validation errors. You have 3 outstanding errors in your land declaration section. That's the 3 outstanding errors that you have. So once you have got those remaining items, you will be ready to go. So if you prepare those documents, you'll need to fill them out, get them signed, and then return them to us, scanned in and uploaded, and then you can submit. Oh, and I'll double check that one query about the entitlements question with a colleague, and that's you basically completed it for this year. Perfect. Is there anything else I can help you with? No? Perfect. Well, thankfully that's been a pretty painless activity for today. It helps that it kind of carries over a lot of things from last year, so it makes it a little bit easier. Okay. Well, thank you very much for getting this done nice and early. And I will help with anything else if you have any questions. Okay, cheers. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.